All right. Great. We have our fearless leaders on as well. We're ready to get started. I'll turn it over to the president, Eric Sternagel.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming, attending our 2020 virtual annual meeting. Before I get into all the pleasantries, I'd like to open with a brief bit of required business. So we currently have 536 realtors, which equal a quorum count of 107 voting members on the board voting issue. 158 MLS participants equals 32 count for a quorum of participants on MLS voting issues, sorry. We currently have 144 proxy ballot cast for the board and 31 proxy MLS ballots cast. 144 people are registered for today's meeting. 130 of those people, I believe, are realtors. This meets our quorum requirements with all new virtual meeting rules enacted by the Commonwealth given the pandemic. We will review voting in a minute, but first I'd like to introduce those on the call with me this morning. So I have my cohort, Pam Roberts, the MLS president, and our fearless leader as well, Sandy Carroll. Also, Linda and Sue are both on this call as well. All right. So the staff will be posting links throughout the day, and we'll publish in the Friday recap if you miss a link. It will also include a copy of the slides and this recording. So as you have seen, I've decided to try to keep this meeting to an hour. It's going to be super fast paced. The agenda's packed. So we're going to do our best to monitor the chat and respond to questions we can, but we won't have time to address everything publicly. So we will be having a member meeting in November. So it's only a few weeks away. And hopefully we can, answer any questions we didn't get to today during that meeting. So buckle up, here we go. And
I just had to point this out before we go any further for anybody who cares. It's going to be a fast-paced hour, but it's also going to be a profitable hour. We have over $2,000 in raffles. So, and I would like to ask Joseph McDermott if he can turn on his video. We're going to talk a little bit about HomeSnap. Pam will do the intro, and I will run a video. I'm going to run the video first, but this is a kind of new feature that we have this year. Here we go.
Check out what's new from Berkshire Realtors. Say hello to the all-new HomeSnap Pro. Win more business by being the first to know which homes are ready to be listed. The new machine learning-powered likelihood to list score tells you which homes are most likely to be listed for sale in the next 12 months. Explore your farm area like never before with property heat maps to visualize MLS status, distressed properties, vacant homes, equity, and more. Take your prospecting and customer outreach to the next level by accessing homeowner profiles that include demographics, phone numbers, and email addresses. Possess a deeper knowledge and learn a home's story with the consolidated property history, giving you access to combined MLS data and public records in one spot. Search for homes with greater finesse and more than 30 advanced search filters to dig deeper than the competition. See inside of buildings with a new, simpler interface that makes it easy to search by unit number, filter by status, and browse all units. Say hello to the biggest update to HomeSnap since the very first snap. Download the free app to get these agent-only features or visit homesnap.com. More than 1 million real estate agents have fallen in love with HomeSnap Pro. Get the app to join them. Free for agents, courtesy of your MLS. The all-new HomeSnap Pro.
All right, Pam, you want
That
to?
was great. A nice quick video to roll us off and get us started. So in the MLS role and an ongoing effort to provide you, our members, with the latest tools to enhance business, I want to thank Peter West, former MLS president, who worked diligently with HomeSnap and staff to give us this free tool that many of us have been using. Going forward, if we decide to continue to offer HomeSnap, there will be a financial commitment. If you haven't tried it yet, we're asking that you please give it a try. And this morning, briefly, we're pleased to have this infomercial and an overview with our guest, Joseph McDermott, who is one of the business development associates with HomeSnap. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning. Thank you so much for letting me join you guys today. So I will keep it short. I know you guys are trying to pack a lot of stuff into the next hour here. As Pam mentioned, my name is Joseph McDermott. I'm with HomeSnap, obviously. The video you just saw gives a glimpse into some of the key features of HomeSnap, some of the stuff that we rolled out earlier this year. And it showcases some of the available prospecting tools that will help you guys to find new clients. There are a number of other tools built into the app that weren't showcased there. There's a rapid CMA available. There's a safety timer built in, and we even have direct integration with Showing Time. The overall sort of goal of HomeSnap Pro is to serve as your MLS on the go. So it's meant to give you everything that you need to do business in the palm of your hands in an industry-backed, safe environment. What sets HomeSnap apart from other search portals and other mobile solutions is our partnership with the Broker Public portal. So we serve as the public-facing brand of the BPP and the portal itself, which is just homesnap.com. What that means is that we are always going to follow fair display guidelines. So leads for your listings are always going to go to you no matter what. And we'll ensure that the agent and broker are always at the forefront of the HomeSnap experience. On top of all this, we also have premium services available directly to agents. We make it super easy to market your listings on top social media sites. We have partnerships with Google, which now includes YouTube under their umbrella, Facebook, Instagram, and Waze. And we offer a subscription service called Pro Plus. The kind of main pieces of that are we manage your Google My Business profile, make sure you're getting good exposure online, and outfit you with a custom real estate website as well, where you can use a custom domain, in addition to a couple of other sort of unlocked features that you'll get within the app. The reason I wanted to mention the premium services is because, as they mentioned before, there's a lot of raffles today. We are actually part of that. We are going to be giving away 5 free year-long Pro Plus subscriptions to lucky winners today. That'll happen either right after this or later this afternoon, I'm not sure. But that will be a great experience for a few of you. And that's pretty much all I've got. I wanted to keep it short today. That's a really quick overview of sort of what HomeSnap is and what we can do for you. Thank you again for letting me join you today. My name is Joseph McDermott. So if anybody has any sort of questions about HomeSnap in general or Pro Plus or anything, you're welcome to reach out to me at any time.
Great, thank you so much. And so we're going to go a little, we're going to do our first raffle, and we'll do that. So you said that we're raffling 5 of these. They're valued at $100 a year, on sale right now, normally $600. And so that's an awesome benefit. We'll do 5 of them very quickly.
Perfect.
While Joseph is here, so he can. I would also direct you to check out the chat box in the question and answer if you haven't seen it. Sue is going to be posting throughout this meeting the chats to links to more information. And so what we have for this one is obviously the HomeSnap link. All right, so our first winner. Emails to the winners. Just very dramatic. I'm in love with this. All right, one more. one more? Was that 4? I totally lost track.
Sandy, is there a way to share your screen for that?
Oh, you're not seeing it?
No, and it's so much fun.
And we can't we hear the sound though, which is great.
The sound is great.
All right. So I will. I'll
Do the last one.
All right. I will have to figure this out. So let me see. Why didn't that work? Share. All right. Sorry, you're going to see. All right. So this was the drama that I was all excited about. All right. The last one that's too funny. All right. So everybody was able to see that successfully?
That one, could you announce the other 4?
Sure, you couldn't even hear my voice, huh? All right, I'm gonna have to go back to look. Jen Capella. Sue, can you just type to me? Because I know you were writing it down. Doug Goody. Let me just see. All right, I'm just waiting on Sue here. I don't know if she's typing someplace else. Oh man, people, technical difficulties right off the bat. So what they won, we have 5 winners for the HomeSnap Pro Plus. The MLS is in contract with HomeSnap to provide every member with HomeSnap Pro, which gives you a lot of marketing options. It gives you a lot of resources on a mobile app that's so robust. It's one of those sites that you can actually take a picture of a house and get information on it, even if it's not listed. It's a really amazing, program. So the MLS has been working hard. We have a lot of training that we can link you to, and Sue has linked everybody to the HomeSnap app in the remarks. And Sue is typing in the chat right now. Let's see. All right, and that is the Pro Plus. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to just say thank you to Joseph. We're going to move into kind of like the voting issues, and then we'll figure out the raffles. But I have the 3 right here. Sue says we need another 2, so we're going to go off and do another 2 really quick. Oh my goodness, there's too many moving parts, people. All right. So we have Jen Capella, Doug. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So I think I have this down now. So the rest will go smoothly, hopefully. All right, do you want me to continue on, Eric, with just to talk about the ballots quickly?
Eric is muted.
Okay, I can actually get started. Thank you all, first of all, for coming today. It's a crazy installation event for us. We normally do so many different things, and it's been really fun to kind of plan this virtually. Hopefully you're going to love this hour. You're packing it with information. I would like to explain the voting. We have so many people who have already voted by proxy. We're doing everything electronic so that we can make sure all the votes are accurate. We're using our new membership system, which is very exciting for the staff. So you've seen emails coming in from Growth Zone to make sure that this is perfect. Everybody gets 1 ballot. They get the correct ballot. If you have not received your ballot, please state your name in the chat, and the staff will send you a ballot now. We are closing voting before the end of this meeting, so that at the very end of the meeting we can announce the ballot. When we close the voting, we will announce the time. We're shooting for 9:30, between 9:30 and 9:40 to actually close the ballots. We already have plenty for a quorum count, and so Sue will send you off an email with the ballot if you haven't already done so. We want as many ballots as we can possibly get, and at the end we will tell you who is the winner. I can tell you we've had an interesting year. We're going to cover a lot of it, but two of the voting issues, this board of directors right here before you. And as you've seen, they've done a phenomenal job this year dealing with COVID. The nominating committee felt like they would be great to deal with a post-COVID world and to kind of get back to the business at hand. And so that's why you see so many familiar faces this year, try to get us back to business as usual in this unusual world. And then we also have our budget actually available for your vote as well. It's something that we always like to share with you. It does include a $25 dues increase. For the first time in 5 years, we've had an increase. Obviously, you know, expenses continue to go up. The Finance Committee recommended that. The Board of Directors approved that. And that would make dues a total of $600 for the year of 2021. So we're asking for your vote, please. Thank you. Without any further ado, I'll let Pam talk about the MLS Board of Directors.
Sure, and I just wanted to say good morning and welcome everybody, and start with a few thank yous because it has been quite a challenging year. I want to thank everybody who stepped up and volunteered to serve on the many MLS task forces that we held throughout the year. Couldn't do it without you. And then I want to thank everybody on the board of directors. Most of us had little familiarity with Zoom, and we quickly changed when we needed to. So I want to thank Vice President Brandon White, our Secretary Treasurer Michael Harrigan, the directors that have served this year, Angel Black, Claudia Crane, Selena Lamb, Beth Van Ness, of course, Realtor President Eric Sternagel, and a very special thank you to past President Peter West for his ongoing help and his wealth of historical knowledge and always being there for us. And of course, I have to shout out to the indefatigable and dedicated office staff. Linda, Sue, and Sandy have been nothing short of amazing, working with our membership day in and day out in the uncharted waters of this pandemic. But their ability to quickly pivot to the online platforms that have allowed us and our committees to continue to meet and serve you are to be applauded. And today's PowerPoint, with its minor hiccups, just showing you that everything is possible when we're willing to try to make it work. So just a real quick MLS summary. We started our year with 3 goals. One was to complete the implementation of NAR, the National Association of Realtors Clear Cooperation Policy, had to be in place by May 1st, and we did that. And then to continue to work with our MLS provider, which we all know is Flex, to try to offer the latest and most useful technology to our members, and that is always an ongoing goal. And lastly, to just continue to assist you, our Realtor members, with ongoing training and to give you the best possible end user experience. And that, of course, is an ongoing goal that will continue into the future. So as we move forward with our rapid fire meeting agenda, the voting members of the MLS, that would be the DRs, the designated realtors, were provided with 3 voting action items. The MLS slate of officers that you can see on your screen, the MLS budget, which does include a $1 per member per month MLS access fee, so that's $12 a year per MLS member, way offset when we took away all the costs for adding listings all those years ago. And then you see in front of you the motion that was brought forth by the MLS nominating committee to change the bylaw. So as you can see it, if an officer that has been elected to the board, because there's only 8 of us, during their elected term, if that elected officer switches offices, joins a different real estate office so that there is more than 1 member serving from the same agency, that transferring member would no longer be eligible to serve on the board of directors, and a replacement would be appointed according to the bylaws of the service. So that is the vote we are asking you to vote on, DRs, to register your vote before 9:30. And that's it for our business. And we have a gift draw, another drawing. Okay, let the music commence.
Let's see if I can do this with a little.
Thank you, Jamie Pollard.
Thank you to Jamie Pollard. Let's see if we can do this with a little more finesse. A $100 gift certificate to Mazio's. Congratulations. And now I'm going to just do a really quick association update and a state of the market. As everybody knows, the market is incredibly hot right now. We're going to be releasing the October report at the beginning of next week. You can see our numbers year over year are just on fire. What I can tell you is that we currently have 636 members in the MLS. That's growing. It's growing day by day. New offices coming in. When we're looking at the October stats, I can tell you they're even greater going into October. We had a ton of pending sales. I don't think we can keep up this pace forever, but right now I know the members are busy. We understand your stress. We understand how hard it is out there, and we're hoping that we're doing anything we can to support you. As we said, membership has increased. We have 21 new offices, and I would have to say at least 10 of them are in the last couple of months. So really staggering numbers. This is unusual for us. From all different parts of the state and surrounding areas, as well as actually in Berkshire County. We transitioned to a virtual orientation. Everything is kind of online, and staff has transitioned to an entire work from home. And I just would commend everybody, every member, every leader, for how we've managed this COVID pandemic. We said, you know, oh, what did we do this year? Dealt with a pandemic, check. We released new contracts, check. I mean, there's the amount of work that we've done this year as volunteers, as members, as staff has been incredible. What I can tell you is in other parts of the state, they're seeing numbers rise. As you watch the news, you can see we have right now very good numbers, but in other parts of the state, real estate agencies are really dealing with finding out sellers have been diagnosed with COVID, and or buyers and or agents, and then having to deal with the after effects. So if you don't have a plan, put one in place. You should be tracing, you should be making sure that everybody has very clear records of where you've been, and obviously keep it safe, keep it as safe as you possibly can. We know that that's been working. So, and we're moving on. I mean, we're doing it virtually, but we're definitely moving on. And so we thank you for all of your support. I can tell you during COVID, staff started a new membership system that I talked about. We missed you terribly, but boy, you've been able to get in touch. We've had, since the beginning of the year, over 6,000 calls, emails, and texts logged, which is amazing. Readership of the Friday recap is awesome. And again, we've been meeting with you in membership meetings. Eric's going to talk a little bit more about the ones that we have coming up, because I think it's really important that we continue to stay together as we kind of continue out the year. And you can just see this is just some of our interaction that we've been able to track, which are pretty mind-blowing numbers. So bravo, thank you for reaching out. And you know, I think that it's a good business resource for you. And that is the fastest board update I've ever done. Without any further ado, I'm going to switch screens. We have a $100 gift card from Adams Community Bank. Thank you to Kaylin and Jackie. And here we go. The winner is... All right. And up next, Eric on contracts.
Sorry. So we've been pretty busy with COVID and everything. We were able to meet a few times for the Contract and Forms Committee, really about creating, dealing with clear cooperation. We were able to adapt some forms for that. Thanks to the Clear Cooperation Work Group Task Force that, did all the work there, helping us to release a new coming soon form, as well as 2 delayed submission forms. And then we had the COVID addendum and the smoke certificates that we, worked on as well this year. So we also have tackled the purchase and sale agreement. We have added a spot to that for the 2 options on the delivery of the deposit. In this virtual, kind of showings and things that we're dealing with right now, we realized that our form was really a little out of date. So we have added, which you will be seeing probably at our next annual meeting or in some emails coming to you, that we've added the ability to allow for electronic deliverance of those forms. So basically, if it's next day aired or whatever to the office, that gives you an option to check that box and write in, within 3 days or whatever we have there. So also we have added, finally, which we've been kicking around and talking about for years, we've actually added a seller sign off to our purchase and sale, to our purchase and sale. And basically that will give the sellers, we would require sellers to sign off that they have received the offer and they either acknowledge it, refuse it, or accept it. So yeah, that's what we got. How was that for quick?
Good. So, and with that, it's a great promo. November 10th is going to be our next membership meeting. It's probably, we put an hour and a half on the agenda because we are going to do a legal update. We're going to have an update from Mike Shepard, as well as the Contract and Forms Committee should be finalized by then. And then we also have Catherine coming from the MAR legal department. I'm actually hoping to get the entire staff from the legal department at the state to come in just so that you can meet them and know who you're speaking with. And then you can obviously see we have a whole bunch of events coming up. Sue is continuing to post in the chat, and so check out the links. We're also going to republish all of the links as well as the slides here today and the video if you're interested in any one of those in the Friday recap. So don't feel like you have to scribble this all down. It's all there for you. I also wanted to let you know the NAR conference is going virtual as we talk about the agenda. This is really something that you can actually take advantage of without having to spend a lot of money. So I would encourage you to take a peek at that as well. And I think Sue's going to send you a link to that. But it's usually an incredible amount of professional development that you'll be able to take advantage of. And without further ado, we have a massive gift card from Lee Bank, $250 to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. And Margaret was the last winner, and the winner is just to let you know, everybody who had registered for the meeting is in the raffle. So as of even 2 minutes before the meeting started, we have included all the names in that raffle. So that's that. And without further ado, Pam.
Sure. So we talked a lot about clear cooperation this year, and we did roll out all of our policies with the new forms, as Eric touched on. And I'm pleased to report that most of our members are doing really well. We have stiff fines in place for non-compliance, and after 3 fines have been assessed to a realtor in a calendar year, the realtor and their DR are required to appear before the MLS board for a hearing. To date, we've actually had 2 members be called for appearances before the board. We're all the watchdogs. Our staff is frequently receiving photos, texts, and calls on questionable lawn signs, potential improper Facebook posts. So when you see something, communicate with the listing agent first, perhaps their agency, or certainly staff. We want to continue to make this a level playing field for all. And just a little technical number here, the year-to-date fines that have been assessed, 66 fines to our members with a total of $6,045. Maybe we want to try to reduce that number, even though we all need more income.
Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Without further ado, Erin Carlotto from Greylock Credit Union has given us a wonderful $100 gift card. And here we go. All right, I'm starting to like the spin thing. And I'm just going to do a really quick public service announcement about Facebook. And I can tell you that we're getting so many complaints about violations of license law when there are posts that do not include the brokerage name. It is not that difficult if you're sharing something on Facebook. We would love you to put it on the business page, but even if you don't, list your brokerage name. You can link to it, you can just spell it out, but make sure you're putting your brokerage name. These are considered blind ads. You think everybody knows you're a realtor, you think everybody knows where you work, but they don't, and it is not legal to do that. So that's my little public service announcement. I think we'll solve a lot of things, and I don't want to keep getting those screenshots. Not any further ado, Eric and safety.
So I'm just going to be, again, very brief since we have to move through this. And really all I want to do is bring awareness that this is affecting us all, even locally. So, you know, all I'm asking is for you guys to go back to your offices and please, please, please try to develop a safety plan, have it in place. It's, you know, it's super important. And, you know, I think a lot of us feel that we're a little, you know, insulated here, and, you know, this stuff doesn't happen, but it really does. And, you know, we've definitely had it happen locally. So please develop a safety plan. Make sure every one of your agents know about it. Talk about what to do. So without further ado, we actually have another raffle.
We do, and I'm just saying Sue is posting a safety link that I want everybody to follow. Because I think it's really important. And I also included right here, which is the HomeSnap actually has a safety timer. They have a safety thing built right in as well. And I think you should check it out. As you know from a post a couple of weeks ago, we've had some situations really where realtors are feeling very physically in danger. And it's important that you have good safety. I was so impressed with the two people that, the two realtors that I had actually communicated with, because both of them had a plan in place. They had an instinct. They did not feel comfortable, and they acted on it in a wise way. They did it very cautiously, but I thought it was really good, and you could tell that they had been thoughtful about it. And so I would just say it's a little bit scary out there. Also, people are really disconnected from their offices right now, and so they don't have that. You don't have that feeling of, you know, constant communication, maybe with a broker or something like that. So I know you might feel alone out there, but don't be. You know, come up with a plan in place. Use this app, and we have this awesome raffle valued at $129. It's called an Invisaware Safety Keychain. It's GPS based, and so basically you can click it, and it works with a phone app. It works actually in very remote places when you don't have much signal, and it can contact 5 people. It's like an emergency. It's like a little emergency keychain, and so it's a very cool thing. We have seen other people. Actually, Pam Roberts was one who introduced us to it from the convention the last sessions. So congratulations, Sherry. And we're going to be getting all of these raffles to everybody. Sue is sending emails. So, and back to Pam.
Oh dear, you've seen that pop up that our wonderful favorite full search is going away to be replaced with a quick search. So if you're a bit of a dinosaur like me, you're not happy. Maybe you're a little bit stressed out about the change. I'm going to dive in, and so can you. There's a lot of online training sessions, live sessions, and then of course, Flex has some videos for us. So realtors like Eric say that once you've tried the quick search, you'll wonder what took you so long. So don't be afraid.
That's what I have to say, Pam, is don't be afraid to change. It's actually a good thing. And as we were talking about this yesterday, I said I was sitting in Sandy's office a year ago, and we were looking up something, and, you know, I'm like, hey, wait, what are you doing? And she was like, what? It's a quick search. And I was like, wow, I've never used that before. And after 5 minutes of watching her use it, I'm like, wow, never going back. So use it, like it, trust it. It's awesome.
Great. And just another quick flex tip, if you have any saved searches now for your clients in place already, don't forget to go back and update them to include coming soon listings.
Now of all times, that's super important. We don't have a ton in our market, but it is super important that they get the best information. If you need any assistance with quick search, I do love it. You can literally search on any database field that is entered into the MLS, and you can do it pretty quickly. And so it's going to be a hard transition. We've had a lot of people not happy about it, but I think you're going to like it. You can see they have over 265,000 users. Most of them are not using quick search anymore. So it's one of those things that we got to make the change.
Well, so we have a couple of volunteer opportunities in the schedule that was mentioned earlier. We are going to be on the MLS side reviewing all the input fields that we all use for the various property types. So if you have a particular level of experience, maybe with condos, with land, with multifamilies, please reach out to Sandy and volunteer to sit in on one of the input field meetings. They're all going to be held in November. And if you don't have time to volunteer for that, but you've been experiencing something when you are putting in listings in the various field types, we want to continue to bring the best data we can. So feel free to volunteer. That's on our to-do list. And then we are, in the past, you might remember we had done the website audits, really just to keep all of us out of trouble and make sure that our public-facing websites show data in the way they're supposed to. So I know a couple of the MLS board members have volunteered to sit on this task force. We'd like to have more of you. Staff will give us some training, and I think Sandy estimated it's about a 2-hour commitment a month, give or take, to just go through and do the best we can to keep all of us out of trouble.
Great. Yep, and Sue's putting my email address in the link. If anybody wants to give me a little email, I'd love to talk to you about any of it. And I just wanted to talk about syndication really quickly. I know that this is a hot topic. There was a recent Zillow announcement that we published, and it's changing a little bit. You might have also seen on the distribution tab in the MLS that we have added homes.com. So that's now a direct syndication. It doesn't go through ListHub any longer, and so you can opt in and opt out. So Zillow, at the beginning of the year, their intention is that they will be coming off of that syndication tab, but they're doing so because they're joining the MLSs throughout the country as an actual brokerage. So does that mean your listings are going to stop appearing on Zillow? It does not. It means that they're going to use it based on the IDX rules that we have in place. So they're going to be just as another brokerage. How they conduct their business might be a very different model than most of the brokerages in our marketplace, but they're going to be treated as a broker as far as the MLS is concerned. So they're going to be given the data fee just as any other broker would, and then they're going to have to subscribe to our rules, and they're going to have to agree to the rules, and they're going to have to deal with the compliance issues that we have as well. So it's a very level playing field. Everybody is kind of working within the same rules, and that's how that will happen. And then we add new syndication services as people request it. We have another request that's pending right now. And so, you know, we're happy to send your listings wherever you want them to be sent. This is not an MLS decision. I will remind you all, it's on every page every time you enter a listing, and also the brokers can go in and turn sites on or off for that. And I would just like to encourage everybody, if you have a website, take a look at the IDX rules, because you're going to find that you basically will want to know before these audits are getting done if everything is in compliance. So if you have any questions, feel free to talk to me about it. We're very careful on the MLS side of making sure that we treat every brokerage evenly, that we are not participating in any antitrust issues. And so we're very careful in how we have these conversations. I would encourage you to get in touch with me if you have specific questions, and I would discourage you from talking about it in the marketplace. To be perfectly honest, that is a very dangerous thing you can do when you're talking to fellow competitors about another competitor, and that's what Zillow is right now. They're going to be a competitor, so that's my word of warning to you about that. And without any further ado, we have a $100 gift card from Darlene Viner, an Amex gift card, and the winner is Eric, you want to talk about what we have in store for charitable? You're on mute.
Great. All right. There we go. Is that better? So, you know, every year we do different fundraisers for charitable contributions to our Realtor Housing Trust Fund, and different, you know, whether it be the Elizabeth Freeman Center, a bunch of different charities that we raise money and donate to. So with, you know, COVID and everything else, it kind of really limited our ability to fundraise this year. I was so looking forward personally to another bingo, but you know, that didn't happen, music bingo. So we brainstormed some ideas of how we could raise money, and this was brought up. Actually, this is something that Sue in our office has done outside of the board of realtors. So this is a great opportunity to win some pretty fabulous prizes, and more importantly, raise some money to support our Realtor Housing Trust Fund. So Sandy, do you want to talk about exactly cost of, you know, those things and how that's going to happen?
Sure. Tickets start at $20, and that gives you 20 entries into the raffle, and it kind of goes up from there. $100 is 100 entries into the raffle. We're going to poll live on Facebook on December 1st. So not only can realtors buy tickets, but you can also sell tickets to family, friends. I mean, there's some really cool prizes. So I know people would maybe take a chance to win, you know, a MacBook Pro or a big TV. And we have among these also gift cards. If anybody wants to make a donation of a gift, you can. I can tell you though that we're doing everything that can be direct shipped or shipped easily. So you would have to work out how to get a gift to somebody. But really, we're just looking for you to share this mostly, to buy tickets, participate in it. And it should be a really fun event. And I think that, you know, with the caliber of the prizes, that we can actually sell a whole bunch of tickets and raise some money. So the Realtors Housing Trust Fund was established last year. Peter West actually suggested holding a music bingo, and we were, not only was it an extremely fun night, we raised a ton of money for the Housing Trust Fund. We created a big house of cash that people voted on. And that's for any sort of like housing emergency. We actually have a group that looks at housing emergencies and you know, can give some funds. I know that we've given it out in a couple of situations where there were fires and people needed emergency places to stay and things like that. But this year we're also going to allocate some of our proceeds to 3 area food pantries in each part of the county. There's a great need out there, and while we're all very, very busy, and there are some people who are really food insecure right now, and we thought that that would be a great way to balance it out. So we're actually going to contribute 80% of the funds that are raised in this raffle to the food pantries. I believe it's 80% and 20 to the Housing Trust Fund, so that we can keep making sure that money is available to those who need it in our communities. So please support us. Sue's hopefully popping a link into the comments, and we'd love your support. We're also going to send out a way that you can share it on Facebook as well. So we'll get that into the recap as well. So, and then if I could just end that saying, we're also looking for any housing organizations that you know and love in Berkshire County. You can put them in the chat, you can email Sue direct, but we have the ability to put a MAR grant application out for our local housing organizations. And we know they're under such strain right now. So if you know of an organization that you love, that you participate in, please let us know. We'd love to file for some grants for the state association. So please let us know. Thank you.
Awesome. So thanks, Sandy. That's great. So hopefully everyone goes, clicks on that link, purchases tickets, and yeah, we can do some great work. So Sandy, do you want to start off with this campaign, the PR campaign that we've been talking about? No.
Yeah, so we've been talking about a PR campaign for several years, and then what's happened in the last year or so is that there's been a lawsuit that's been filed, a class action lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors, against some brokers, against some MLSs. And it's basically a class action suit saying that buyers agents commissions and how we run as an MLS is anti-consumer and anti-buyer, and that if buyers had to hire you, they wouldn't pay you because it's so easy to find a house now because they're all online. And there's obviously a misunderstanding of what it takes to actually be a buyer's agent and what they do and what is charged to that role. And so I have a quote here from Katie Johnson, who's the NAR chief counsel, and she said, it's just not your value that's being challenged, it's being trivialized. And that they're hoping that they're going to prevail in court. I mean, they're every gun imaginable is in their arsenal to fight these. Now they have multiple challenges across the country, but they said they need our help to court public opinion. And that's not just the association, but we take responsibility, but it's also you as well. Knowing your value, understanding what you bring to a transaction, how critical you are to your community, to your clients. And so we're going to do a couple of different things. We're obviously going to do some public outreach, but we're also going to try to communicate with you, give you some handouts that you can use with your consumers, and let people know what exactly it is that a realtor does and how important your role is, and to raise the standards that this is what you should expect from a fiduciary agent that's working for you, that a value is not just opening a door or finding a house on Zillow. That is not your value. And we have to kind of shift that mindset into your value, and you know it, is in all the details and in all the negotiations. It's not finding the house, it's getting the house and closing the house. You know, I think finding the house is probably the easiest thing now. Everybody can find a house they love, but actually being able to buy that house is really where your value comes in. And I think we have to really start talking about that conversation, because others are talking about it in a super negative way. And there are so many pressures right now. And I think it's a positive message. It's like, you do amazing things in our community. We're strengthening the code of ethics. You have unmatched knowledge, and we should not tolerate any less than that in our members. They should, you know, it is a way that we can kind of band together and have that positive message. So we're going to tack on to that's who we are, and we're just getting started, but we hope to have all of your support. We hope to give you resources during that. So that was just a new initiative that the board approved last month, and now we'll do that. It's a big job.
So that, and again, like just what Sandy's saying, I'm sure we're all experiencing this out in the field right now, when with so many people trying to get the jump on, you know, houses coming on the market in Zillow, you know, they really don't understand the value of a realtor. So now more than ever, it's super important that we show them exactly what that means, and run this campaign. We've been, like Sandy said, we've been talking about it for years. We're actually going to do it now, and that's my charge.
Yep. Small talk, big problems. I just like to lead into fair housing. I know that people have probably felt inundated with this. What I will say is sign up for that legal membership meeting that we have coming up. We're going to delve into fair housing a bit more. Sue is also posting a link to a state association 3-part series that was offered. I cannot tell you how important this is right now. It's not just, I mean, it is Black Lives Matters. It is dealing with, we've discovered restrictive covenants in deeds in Berkshire County that literally will say that certain protected classes are excluded from buying a house. And John Barrett is actually trying to work to get legislation so that those can be actually removed from deeds. Obviously, they're not enforceable, but the fact that somebody might have a deed that says that, or you might find that in the registry today, is a little horrifying, I think, when it happens. But there are real estate exposés going on. So fair housing is not just not a keyword, really. It is a big issue. There was a Long Island divided story in New York State. There's currently undergoing fair housing Senate hearings on real estate agents and fair housing. In Boston, there was testers that found rampant discrimination in rental housing. And I can tell you that what they've just said last month was they will be sending testers out into the residential real estate market throughout Massachusetts. They are prosecuting any violations of fair housing that they find. It's not just, oh, an expose. They are prosecuting fair housing violations. They are having a lot of, I think, probably a lot of pressure to do so. And so what I would just say is small talk equals big problems was a quote from Pam Roberts. So where are you from? Have kids. I just want to share with one situation. So somebody came into, I think it was an open house or a showing, and the listing agent said, "Ma, you have such a beautiful accent. Where are you from?" And the woman said she was from Colombia, and it was a multiple offer situation. She did not get the house, and she filed a discrimination claim about country of origin, and she prevailed because she was asked about her country of origin. She was asked, "Where are you from?" And so there is really danger in chit chat, and there's danger about not treating people exactly the same. And I think that it's much unintentional, but I think we need to understand how deadly that chit chat can be, and how, Eric, do you want to talk about like what
Yes. Yeah, totally. So that's exactly, as Sandy and I were discussing this a week or so ago, it really kind of has stuck to the forefront of my mind as where, I'm out showing, and I've noticed just in the last week, I think I took track, it was like 12 appointments where really there was 7 violations, or it could have been fair housing violations during that appointment. And none of them were, intentional. Like, so that's what I really want to stress here is I don't want anyone to think that there's people in our marketplace that are intentionally trying to, commit fair housing discrimination. It really is the small talk. It's the politeness, the friendliness, all of that stuff that we just love, to do. It's just please be careful with it.
So Catherine is going to come and talk to us very briefly too about what you can do, what the testers are looking for. So I'd really encourage you to attend that meeting. And if you can, if you're a broker owner especially, listen to that series, because you'll find out very explicitly what they were testing for and what they were looking for. And it makes you understand how much having standard procedures for how you deal with every buyer that comes in, how you deal with every seller, how you deal with showings when you're not the representative. It's really interesting. So, all right, we have another one. And I'm just going to ask everybody who wants to vote, if you have not voted, you have to do so now. Sue is going to collect all the ballots. All right, close, and then she wins a $100 gift certificate to Mazio's Restaurant from Jamie Pollard. Thank you, Jamie. To carry on to the back of the fair housing kind of conversation, I just wanted to let you know that there is an advisory board change to professional standards that will add a new code of ethics that talks about realtors not using harassing speech, hate speech, epithets, or slurs based on race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Those are our protected classes in the Code of Ethics. There's a lot of controversy, not a lot, but there is, I was surprised at the controversy where people felt like this was a violation of free speech because it talks about your Facebook page, your personal Facebook page, and it's not just related to business dealings. And NAR came back and said, look, this is the standard that we're setting, and this is important to us. We believe that when one realtor engages in discriminatory speech, that it reflects badly on all of us. We are an organization that's voluntary. We are private. This is the standard we would like to set. So I just want to let you know you're going to hear some discussion out there about this, but I think it's a testament to the times that we're in to have this kind of discourse even online when you're business people. So I would look forward to this vote. And we have another vote. We have another, let's see, Proprietors Lodge, $150 gift certificate from Berkshire Green Septic Services to Ryan Ray. Let's go there now, see who that winner is. Sheila McKenna, whoop, whoop. Somebody's going to dinner or doing takeout. All right. So Next up, I just want to touch base on this really quickly. The advocacy that's been done this year has been amazing. I really have never seen all three levels of the organization have to engage so much in it. You see it all the time in our Friday recap, so I'm not going to belabor this. What I would like to say is there are so many things that the National Association is working on. If you're an advocacy wonk at all, Sue is posting a link in. It's A to Z, every advocacy issue that they're fighting for on the national level. On the state level, we actually had many successful things. I think paid family medical leave exemption for realtors, and then actually dealing with all of this unemployment issue for independent contractors took an incredible amount of time. And I think I cannot say enough about the work that was done. And part of it was done because there's funding, and part of it is because of we had 255 realtors give at least $25 to the political advocacy fund in their dues, and that is amazing. There's most people on the call gave, and it's amazing. I would like to point out that Debbie Dwyer is in line for an RPAC Hall of Fame award. She annually gives $1,000. She's up for a lifetime donation of $25,000. Amazing stuff. And we have 4 major investors this year: Pam Roberts, Ian Meswar, Barbara Osborne, and Tom Doyle. So I just want to say thank you. Without all of your support, these accomplishments would not have happened. So awesome job, everybody. It's a collective effort. Everybody responds to a call to action or listens to our housing and membership update. Makes a huge difference. And we have another gift card from Mazio's by Jamie Pollard. All right. How do you like all the raffles?
Great.
Pam, changes ahead. Just do you want to touch on those quickly?
Well, quickly, all of those are on the radar. A lot of the names you're familiar with. These are things that some of us are using. There are other technologies that we as MLS have been asked to look into. So you'll see them there. We're going to give you updates. We hope to have a meeting, an MLS board, maybe merged with the regular board, to see some of these technologies showcased, so we can give you really informed information to decide if there are new technologies to envelop into our MLS platform. They're on the radar.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot to do this year, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, another raffle. Adams Community Bank, $100 gift card. Let's see who the winner is. Awesome. Are these affiliate sponsors amazing? I can't even believe it. Eric, do you want to talk about your goal?
I do. Thank you to everyone for helping me achieve the goal that I set this year, which was to have, I believe I set it for 75 at first and then went to 100. And we now have 125 realtors that are endorsed with the C2EX endorsement from NAR. Huge shout out to Pam Roberts and Associates, who was the first one to complete full office endorsement. And then Fairground as well, my office, and Mary Jane Dunlop at Berkshire Access, Peter and West in Court.
Sorry, Peter West and Steve of you got it. This is an old graphic. I'm sorry.
All right.
Complete.
Thank you. It's like the mute button at the debates. Wow.
What's the term? Yeah, I just shut you off. I'm done. Let's do another raffle, Eric.
Come on, man.
Hey, let me tell you, yeah, I would have used the mute button a lot more. All right, so without further ado, and I do want to just make one comment that has come into. So there are questions. There was a question regarding the class action, and I would like to say Sue actually posted a link to the National Association of Realtors website that has information on that. We can't address every question that comes in, but we will follow up afterwards and be happy to talk about it at any point or even at the membership meeting. So like I said, give me a call, be happy to talk about it. And now, if we could get Sue's, oh, there she is. There she is.
Sue.
She's gonna be the tallier, and she's gonna tell us how the elections came out.
So we had a couple of more votes since the meeting started, and for our MLS electronic votes for the 2021 election of officers, we had 33 individuals voting, 32 in favor, none opposed, and 1 abstained. For the approval of the budget, 33 voting, 33 in favor, none opposed, none abstained. And for the bylaw, we had 33 voting, 31 in favor, none opposed, 1 abstained, and there was 1 vote or 1 motion to table to the next meeting, but no second, so that motion does not carry.
So we have elected our officers, approved our budget, and passed that bylaw amendment, correct?
That is correct.
Hey, thank you all to the DRs who participated. Pam, thank you for serving another year. We had to promise her it could be via Zoom meetings because she's been a very busy lady, and I think that they're going to do amazing things. So, and thank you, Sue, for that, and we'll keep you here. Now, Pam is going to raffle off an amazing thing. Woo, a free year of MLS membership.
Wow, the first time we've ever done this. So thank you for being online, and let that music roll.
Who's winning a year of MLS fees? Let's see. And the winner is. Wow, that's awesome. And back to business. Now the board, if you could do your electronic voting outcome, Sue.
Absolutely. Again, we had more people voting during the meeting. So we had, for the election of officers, 155 were voting, 153 in favor. We had 1 opposed and 1 abstained. And for the budget, same numbers, 155 voting, 153 in favor, 1 opposed and 1 abstained.
Great. So the election of officers has been approved, and the budget has been approved. So we're good for 2021. Thank you, Eric, for agreeing to serve again as well. And to your entire board of directors, we're so fortunate to have an incredible team really to lead us into this year. So, and without further ado, now this one you must be present to win. So we're gonna raffle off a $600 value realtor dues, including local, state, national, for the coming year. And we're going to go to our spin. And you have to respond in the chat if you're the winner. Otherwise, we're going to tick-tock and pick a new one. So ready, set, go. Are you there, Dan? Sue, you can let me know. I can't actually see that stuff. I thought he was there. He's usually always there.
He is there.
He
Congrats,
is there.
Dan.
Congratulations,
Hey.
Dan, on a year of wonderful membership. And now a wrap up. I had written into the process inspiration. How do we end on inspiration? So who wants to start?
I'll start.
Awesome, Pam, go for it.
Okay, to all my fellow realtors on the call, you are the glue that holds the transaction together. Your buyers and sellers will come and go, but the relationships you forge with your fellow realtors will go on for many years to come. Leave your ego at the door and be the realtor that your peers are excited to do business with. They know you'll go above and beyond and do everything possible to get to a yes. Take the high road and keep up the good work.
Awesome, very inspirational, Pam. Thank you so much. Eric?
Fabulous. But I raised my hand first, Pam. Now I have to follow that. I mean, come on. I was way simpler than that. So mine actually is a quote from Steve Jobs. And really it's, his quote is, the only way you do great work is to love what you do. And I think that's super important. And you know, I think a lot of us, or all of us, hopefully love what we do. And, we do great work. So keep it coming.
Yep. And I put quotes on the screen that I just thought were inspirational that I found last night, but my quote was actually in the center of the screen, which is, I think that the $254 that you're going to spend on Berkshire Realtor dues is the best money that you're going to spend on your career in the coming year. I mean, it's an amazing team. We're working so hard for you. And I would have to say, really big bang for your buck. And we are so grateful for you to be members. We're also grateful for all the volunteer work. And we do miss you. We miss seeing you, but we love talking to you. And when Eric talks about loving what you do, I think that you can see that in the staff, that we really love to serve you and to help you in any way that we can. And so we just want to say thank you. We went 5 minutes over, but holy mackerel, we did like 12 topics in 1 hour. So
Yeah.
woo. And now we're ready to roll. And I just want to say thank you all. And I'm done. We're good?
Great job,
Thank you, everyone.
Sandy.
Bye, everybody.
Out with 2020 and in with 2021. Let's do it.
Right.
On out of here. Holy mackerel, this has been a year. And we're going to get a snowstorm this weekend. What, the hits just keep on coming. Anyways, enjoy, everybody. Have a great day, and hope to see you and serve you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.